All right, traders, BA here, and just like to wish everybody a very happy new year. Hope you've been able to spend some time with family and friends and enjoy the new day and new start, and hopefully a much better year than what we've had in this last year. Just what I wanted to do today was give you a quick recap on how trading is done. I try to be as transparent as possible. And then I want to talk to you about something I'm getting kind of excited about going forward. Okay, first of all, I give you a summary of this. There's really nothing to write home about. I missed my annual yearly objective by a very, very wide margin. My objective is to double my trading account every year. I was up over 90% a couple of times this year, gave it all back. Just one of the most horrendous years I've had. Third worst year, second worst year I've had since I've been trading since 1982. So I eked out, since I started the TTB service, the public service in November 2017, I am only up 9%. So that is a far stretch from where I need to be. So you guys know I was completely disappointed with this year's action. It did not throw us anything that we were looking for. And it's trading, so worst. I mean, you guys know I've written pages about how bad this year was. I'm not going to rehash that stuff. We want to look forward. We want to hopefully this mess gets resolved quickly. I've mentioned about the best analogy I can give you is that this stock market can only lift about 8,000 pounds right now. It's got 10,000 pounds around its neck, and it's trying hard to shake it. So, we get the trade war off of it. That's several thousand pounds there. If we resolve the partial government shutdown, even though that doesn't have anything to do with the long-term movement of the stock market, it always does in the short term. So that's weight on the market right now. So that's several thousand pounds if we shake that off. As we move forward, people are going to forget about the interest rate. And then, once those things are gone, unless the administration puts anything else on top of this market, I think we're clear selling. The question is how long is it going to take to either resolve the issues that are at hand, or get to a point where the market's just like, I am so tired of this stuff. We're just moving on and let it resolve. This is certainly the longest time period I've ever seen the stock market tied to an event, like the trade war. And the trade war is the big one on the stock market, followed by the interest rates, followed by closely followed by the partial government shutdown. So that's the question, is how soon will this market, if it doesn't get resolved and it keeps getting drug out and drug out and drug out, will the market just completely say, okay, I'm done with the ass clownery, we're moving on, and we're going to just move on out and let you figure this stuff out later? Or the other option is it keeps dragging out, and then the economy starts taking a hit because the companies are just getting bashed, and they're in bad shape. You just look through individual stocks, and it looks as bad as 2008, 2009. Just these things have been obliterated. Taken out behind the woodshed and just shot and left for dead. So we'll see. Hopefully we move through this quickly, get back. They owe us some really good months, and when those really good months come, guys, we're going to clip money quicker than you've ever seen in your life. Guarantee it always happens that way. This is not a linear business. I keep saying that, and environment means everything. When we are swing trading or investing, the environment is what gets you your returns. No strategy works in any in a lousy environment. No strategy does, and that's what we've had for a year now. So we're close to it. All right, so that's it. Summarize that. I've missed my mark greatly in my quest for 100%. The quest for the $1 million trades, there's like a few $100s left in that account. After it got almost obliterated, so I've got to recapitalize that and start over. So it's just the way trading is, guys. Anybody tells you any different, they're lying to you. You can see me. I sweat here with the best of them. Only the guys with perfect equity curves, for 30 years that go from left hand bottom of the page to the right hand in a sloping 45-degree line. Those guys are lying through their teeth. There is nothing that works all the time like this. Now, day trading is completely different, and sitting in front of the screens where you're short-term trading on that makes a big difference. But when you're swing trading and investing, environment rules your returns. Okay, all right. So, hey, here's some stuff I've been looking at. And you guys, there's a reason why I've been writing so much about the what I call the insurance trade. I'll change that up just a little bit. Let's see. You guys know the insurance trade is where trade I place every year in the using silver right now. You do it in gold. I've got a lot of gold miners, silver miners, stocks in my portfolio, and just so everybody knows, again, transparency is, I fund my trading account every year. I'm not going to put any more money into it right now. I've got ample capital to trade with. So, that's a six-figure account, thereabouts, a little bit under that right now. But I hold a lot of cash in other accounts that I am not committing to the market, a lot of cash. I'm not putting that money in no matter what. I've been in cash in that stuff for a couple years. Don't plan on doing anything. I am waiting for the great unwind, for soup kitchens to start forming again before I put that money to work. So got ample money, and that's kind of the way I look at things from a trading perspective, is that six figures, you got enough money to really make another fortune if that's once you catch the right environment. So there's recapitalizing and throwing 10 times that amount of it. It's not going to guarantee you make any more money. 100 grand, even less than that, you can do very, very well in the right environment. So that's kind of my approach to this right here. But I am holding a lot of cash, and will hold a lot of cash. The market can run 100% up higher from here. I will not get baited into throwing cash into this market. I'll let my trading account take care of that. So, okay, guys, I have been writing a lot about the insurance trade. I believe, and again, this is just my opinion, that we were closer now to the great unwind, soup kitchen lines, we should say, than at any other time in history. Now, doesn't mean I'm not trying to scare or spook anybody. I'm just trying to say that everybody listening to this video right here can certainly spare $600 to $1,000 to put a trade on that could potentially save a whole lot of money in the event something happens. I'm using precious metals right now. I will continue to use precious metals. I want to go through some things that I've been looking at that's been piquing my interest. That I'm not a conspiracy theorist. There's probably lots of stuff going on out there, but I'm just doing the insurance trade because it makes good practical sense. But I'm going to show you some stuff that will probably make the hairs on the back of your neck start standing up when I show you these things. And again, it's on the internet. You believe it if you want to. I don't believe. I just look at it. It corroborates my views on things. It's not enough evidence for me to go out there and get out on the ledge. So what I want to do is just take you through some trades. I want to show you some stuff on the internet first that is really, really interesting. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is there's been rumors for years and years. It's not really rumors. China hides the fact of how much gold they're holding. Everybody knows that. Rumor is that no one is buying gold. I'll let you read this at a faster pace right now than Russia. China is hoarding gold in leaps and bounds. Some of the reports, some of the investors I know that have gone over there said that the people right now they're going crazy over gold like people did over Bitcoin when it was ramping up. So the people in China are allowed to buy gold, and according to investment sources, they are clamoring over the stuff. So you can read right here, Russia's increase is the most dramatic according to recent report from the IMF. So this is a report, it's not hearsay. The Russian central bank has almost doubled its gold holdings within the last 5 years. China's central bank followed with an increase of 75% from its holdings in 2009. Now that's what China's reporting. The rumor, the conspiracy is that China is hoarding a lot more than that. People believe that, well, there's a lot of beliefs. I'm not going to go into that. This just all. I don't need to read this to make me take action, but it does corroborate a lot of the things that I'm looking at right now. You can read through this right here, guys. I'm going to send you in an email all of these links that I show you right here, so don't worry about trying to copy them down or anything. Some really good reads on that. So I'm going to end that right there by just saying, hey, this is Russia and China are furiously buying up gold. Okay, so that's one thing that's been reported, throughout the years, and it's starting to get a lot faster. The other thing is this really interesting is that J.P. Morgan. I don't know if any of you have heard about the Hunt brothers when they tried to corner the silver market. It ended up in a big bust. I mean, they were oil tycoons. They tried to corner the silver market back in the late 70s, and it blew up in their face, and they lost everything. J.P. Morgan is they're following suit. Now, why J.P. Morgan is the largest silver bullion holder in the world right now, who knows, but they are. Again, I'm going to send you this link, let you read through this. J.P. Morgan's COMEX Silver Warehouse now holds the largest physical silver bullion position of all time. Yeah, so they are buying it up big, and all of the precious metals, gold bugs, and fanatics. They are just there's more conspiracies floating around that group of folks than any other group I think there is. So they've got all kinds of really entertaining conspiracy theories when it comes to all this stuff. I don't need to see all that. It's just fun to read. It does not propel me into action in any way, shape, or form. The bottom line is it makes sense to take positions in silver and gold right now, regardless of what these guys are doing. But guys, this is significant. Okay, J.P. Morgan's got some of the smartest guys. They're next in line to Goldman Sachs. J.P. Morgan doesn't shaft their clients the way Goldman Sachs does. Goldman Sachs is ruthless. J.P. Morgan's a little different. Not much different, a little different. So anyway, good read here on all of the stuff here. So what I want to show you is look at this chart here from the 70s all the way up to the peak in 80. Look at this little, what they call bear trap, this little formation right here. Okay, let's scroll down. All right, now here we are at 2000. Now look at where the market, gold and silver positions are. Potential bear trap following, could follow this very next line up right here. So that's it's a possibility, guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's a possibility. So that's why I keep buying insurance trades out. I've got positions now out to 2020, trying to buy positions out to 2021. I'll get those locked in here before long. So anyway, I wanted you guys to see that. There's just a lot of things. I told you that I believe 2020 is going to be a very key inflection point in the the global economy. So, in the event of a big meltdown, you really only stand a chance with precious metals. And then, you hope the government doesn't come in like they did in the 30s and take it all away from you. I mean, your only chance of survival and they take it away from you. That can happen, but you at least got to give it a shot. All right, so this is the gold market from 05 back to where we are today. Looks very bullish. I think it gets very bullish above this breakout here. This is GLD. Put symbol up there. I think it really gets bullish above 131 and some change. So this is a monthly chart. So let's take a look at SLV. What the? There we go. All right, so you can see SLV 48.25 right here. Boy, I'll tell you guys, if silver ratcheted back up to those prices on the positions I have right now, I'd really care less if there was a stock that survived this apocalypse. So it wouldn't really matter to me. Silver is looking, it's closer to a double bottom. I think it's certainly way behind gold. It needs to catch up. If both of these things ratchet up, I mean, geez, guys, this is, if silver gets back into the 20s, I think it's Katie bar the door. We could see a parabolic move to the upside, like just like this back here or back in the 70s. So I'm taking positions just in case. I don't know if it's going to happen or when. I just know I'm going to put the trade on every year for 2 to 3 years out. So that's all I want to do. So what I'm trying to do right now, you can see right now we're on monthly buys. So we're close to the low, what I think the low move in silver is. Now let's just take a look at some of the things you can try to do here. These are some of my positions here. So a move, let's just say a move back up to 48 in this position, is roughly $300,000. I'm trying to put more positions on, so so that figure will double, by the time I get my 2021 positions on. I just keep buying through the year whenever we get down, but I think we're at an inflection point where we need to start accumulating bigger. So, and I've got less than, what have I got, about, I got about $1,200 in this trade right here. So, $1,200, and I really think if gold and silver move up, they're going to get back to their old highs again. So that's $1,200 for potentially 300,000. I can afford to do that every year. Put about $1,000 into these trades. So here's what I look at doing, guys. I use the ETFs because you can go out multiple years for that. So I'm out to January right now, trying to put some positions on. They're not being very, very forthright with me. So there's not a lot of volume out there, and you can see the positions I'm putting on right now are bigger than what the current volume and open interest is. So that's one of the reasons. I'm just not finding folks to trade. I might have to go back a little bit on some of these trades to find some volume and go from there. So so what I try to do, one of the things is you can look at buying, let's say the we're going to go 25, buy the 25, sell the 26, out into 15 January 21. All right, so so this is going to cost you $8. All right, it's $1 spread. So what's the profit on that? 92. So if you do this 10 times, it's going to cost you $80 for a potential profit of $920. Now let's take a look at that. You're like, well, what does that mean? If gold gets to $48, no, gold does, or silver doesn't have to move very far at all to get to this level right here. So let me go back to risk profile. Let's take this off just to show you. All right, so here's what it looks like. So here's $8. If silver moves up to $26, then you're at max profit level, which is 92. In 2021. This is the timeline here. So that's what that means right there. So we just bump that up. You can do, that's only 80. So you can do, let's do 50 lot. So with a 50 lot, you got $400 in for a potential of $4,600. So, that's a nice insurance trade right there. You can buy a couple of more. You can add maybe 10 more, put some kickers in there. So now if it gets up to the 26, now it can run with those 10 right there. So now let's say by 2021 it gets up to 48. Now you got $930 in this trade right here. So let's say it gets up to 48. So that's 270. 27,054. Yep, 27,000. So that's out of $900. So not a bad poke. 27,000 out of $900 trade. So that's what that would cost you. Put a little insurance trade on there, and you go from there. If you just wanted to do nothing but just buy the just to buy those things, you could buy, if you bought 50, we don't want to do that. That's going to cost you way too much. We want to keep it around $1,000. So at 1325 at 48, that's about $58,000. So okay, that's just a couple of ways that you can play this right here. For those of you that have the account that you want to trade in the futures markets, you could simply let's go back here to you could go out to say the July 19. Buy the silver. In this scenario here, if by July 19, silver's trading at 15, let's say it moves up to just $18, then that's $11,000 right there, guys. So, but it's a bigger trade. What you can do is you can buy a put on this. Yeah, maybe you can in the silver market. We're going to leave that. Let's see what we got here. What does that look like? Yeah, some of these you just can't really trade on. So anyway, that's something you can do in your accounts. Just to take a look at how these things play out for you and what the best trade is. Now let's take a look at some of the miners and some of the other trades. All right, so look at let's take a look at, all right, so Nugget. Nugget is a possibility. You could play that. You know, sprinkle a little bit in here. You can go out to January 21 on this one. The only thing about this is I think there's a drag on it, so just be careful if you're trading this one. These do not have drags on them for sure. GDXJ. Let's look at a monthly. All right, so the miners are looking really bullish right here. And we can also analyze, you can put some trades on. You can definitely go out to January 21 in these. Yeah, see these, there's a lot of open interest in these guys. So these are traded pretty heavily right here. So we could buy a 27, sell a 28. It's 18 cents. So that means you got $18 in max risk up against 82 in max profit. So you could do that. Put you some positions on there. You know, just sprinkle you some here and there. You know, 20 a lot is a $360 loss or an outlay for a potential $1,600 gain. You know, you can throw you some kickers in here as well. So and this is only at 27 bucks. So look at where $27 comes into play here, guys, and how far these things can go up. So GDX, GDXJ, you know, you definitely want to have kickers on in these things. They just look really bullish right here on a monthly time frame. So again, take a look at those, structure you some trades, give you something room. Hey, put them out to a long time so you forget about them. I mean, this is not a trading thing right here. This is a potential calamity trade. So and if these markets ramp up and move up, hey, you'll be better for it. So I don't think anybody watching this, $1,000 would hurt them to structure a trade out to 2021 on these on some of these products right here. So take a look at that. Take a look at the links. I'll send you those in email. Once again, guys, appreciate you hanging tough with me through 2018. It was a lousy year. Not gonna sugarcoat it. And hopefully this year will be better. They'll pitch us some stuff so swing trading will come back around, and we can hopefully crush it in 2019. That is all I have for right now. I'll send you an email update either tonight or early in the morning before the trading day starts. Hey, this is BA wishing you a good trading week, and signing off.